Well, friends, we did it! We made it to the end of 2021, and I made it to the end of my week of videos. Oh boy, am I glad to finally get a break. Hello everybody, my name is Danny, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my last video of the year, where I will be talking about all of the books that I plan on reading in January for the Nostalgia New Year Readathon. If you don't know what that is, my very good friend Violet hosts the Nostalgia Train Book Club, where basically every month we read a YA or middle grade book from quite a bit ago, a little while ago, so it's got that nostalgia factor, and we just discuss it, take a look at it, and talk about all the things we liked and didn't like about that, and all that fun stuff that comes along with a book club. And in January, she is hosting the Nostalgia New Year Readathon. I will link her announcement video down below, along with the Nostalgia Train Book Club Instagram account. Oh, that is a lot of words that I tried to say all at once. Yeah, so definitely check those out so that you are in the know for this readathon. And without further ado, I'm just going to talk about the books that I'll be reading and which prompts they cover. So first off, I'm going to talk about the books that I have to read in January because they are on my personal Year TBR, which if you didn't see that video, it went up yesterday. And the very first book on that is Blue Period Volume 1, a manga about a boy in high school who discovers his love for art. And this covers several prompts, as all of the books on this list do. And first off, it is new to me. I've never read it before. It has blue on the cover and in the title, which I think is pretty fun. I will be reading it as an ebook. It was published after 2015, and it is not sci-fi or fantasy. Then I will be reading Jane Eyre. This edition also has Wuthering Heights in it. There's like almost zero chance I'll be reading Wuthering Heights next month. I'm just going to be focusing on Jane Eyre, but this will be a reread because I read it several years ago when I was a freshman in college. I will be listening to it as an audiobook, which is going to be interesting. I've never really been into audiobooks. I don't really process them as well as I do physical books, but I'm hoping that by reading along in the physical copy and listening to the audiobook at the same time, it will, like, help? I don't know. But the audiobook's free on YouTube, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It takes place during winter, so it hits the winter scene prompt. There's definitely at least one film adaptation, probably more, I don't know. The character's name is in the title, her name is Jane Eyre, and it is not sci-fi or fantasy. Then I'm going to pick up Weathering with You. I'm only holding the first volume because that's the only one that's on my Year TBR, but I am planning on reading all 3 volumes, and so this is new to me. I've never read it before. It clearly has blue on the cover. It's a physical book. It was published after 2015. There is a film adaptation, although technically the film came first and then it was adapted into the manga. It will be multiple books in the same series because, like I said, I'll be reading all 3 volumes. This is also covering the Capricorn versus Aquarius prompt, where you either have to buy a book new or borrow a new book. And I bought this new. I didn't technically buy it for the readathon, but I did buy it within the last month, so I'm counting it. Next is Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. This is a middle grade. It is new to me. It was published in a year significant to me. If I could speak correctly, that'd be great, because it was published in 2021, and I did a whole video on all the things that I accomplished in 2021, and I think that it's been a pretty significant year for me. It clearly has a lot of blue on the cover. I'm reading it physically. It was published after 2015, and it is from the author of another Nostalgia Train pick, because Percy Jackson is going to be the book we read in March, I think. So it covers a bunch of those prompts. And lastly, from my Year TBR is Trail of Lightning. This covers the prompts young adult. It is a reread. I'm reading it as a physical book. It is part of a series that I never finished, and it was published after 2015. Now, those books cover most of the 22 prompts that Violet came up with for this readathon, but they do not cover all of them. And because I am an overachiever and a perfectionist, I wanted to cover all of them, so I have added 3 other books, technically 4 other books, to my TBR for January in order to hit all of the prompts for this readathon. And the first one is Warrior Cats Into the Wild, and this is actually the group book for the book club in January, so it covers that prompt, and it's also new to me and I will be reading it as an ebook. Then I'm going to be picking up Absolutely Normal Chaos by Sharon Creech. This is a middle grade, it is new to me, it is an ebook, and it covers the recommendation prompt because it is one of the books that Violet recommended in her announcement video as something she recommends. It is set in summer and it is not sci-fi or fantasy. And finally, I will be picking up Demon Slayer volumes 7 and 8. I will be reading these as an ebook. This is part of a series that I never finished. They were published after 2015. There is a film adaptation, and also it's getting an anime adaptation, or maybe it's already out as an anime. I don't know. The first part of season 2 of Demon Slayer is rehashing and redoing what was done in the movie, and this will be multiple books in the same series as well, and it covers the most important prompt of all, which is that it mentions a train, because all of the whole theming of the Nostalgia Train book club is trains, and so one of the prompts is to either read a book set on a train or that features a train, or to read a book while you are physically on a train. I don't think I'm going to be on a train in January, and I racked my brain for literal hours trying to think of a book that I own or could easily get my hands on involving a train, and then I remembered that the arc of Demon Slayer that volume 7 and 8 covers is literally called Mugen Train. Like, the whole thing takes place on a train, and it was meant to be. It was perfect, because these are also the next 2 volumes in the series that I have to read. I already read the first 6. So, that way, I cover all 22 prompts for this readathon. And so, with 11 books on this TBR, it kind of seems like a lot. I could definitely cut some of them out, and I'd probably get it down to like 8 or 9 books and still cover all the prompts, but I don't want to do that. I want to read all of these. And I think it's still doable even with 11 books because 6 of them are manga, 3 are middle grade, and 1 is a reread. The only one I'm really worried about is Jane Eyre because it is so long and it's pretty dense. And also I'm reading it as an ebook, or not ebook, audiobook, but like I said, I'll be reading along physically, so hopefully that makes the whole audiobook experience a little bit easier. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Yeah, this TBR did not end up at all how I expected it to, but I'm actually really excited for it. This readathon sounds like so much fun, and I'm excited to see what everyone else is reading to cover these prompts, and I just think I'm going to enjoy all of these books. And so that is it for me, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you in my next video coming in the new year. Bye, everyone!